Hello, and welcome to another totally original Command Tower Dech Technical. No. Hi, my name is Nicholas Keys. Today we'll be looking at a stupid deck, my deck, the Prossh deck. Black, red, and green, and its main focus is dealing damage, sacking creatures, and making creatures. The main combo in this deck is a series called Food Chain. Food Chain is an enchantment, so fucking old enchantment, that states, remove creature you control from the game, add X mana of any color to your mana pool, where X is the creature's converted mana cost plus 1. Can only be spent to cast a creature. Prossh, being your commander, states, whenever you cast Prossh, put X01 red kobold creature tokens named Kobolds of Your Keep onto the battlefield, where X is the amount of mana spent to cast Prossh, and then Prossh has this weird sack outlet thing. That goes infinite. You play Food Chain, you cast Prossh, you gain 6 kobold tokens. You sack Prossh for 7, or you exile Prossh for 7, and then you exile a token for 8. You cast Prossh again. You slide the 5 that you net to one side, right? Then you play 8. Then you sack Prossh for 7. You sack 3 for 10. You slide the remaining 5 to the side. You rinse and repeat till you have this magical number I like to call it enough. You can exploit infinite ETB triggers with a card called Prossh, the God of the Forge, which states whenever a creature you control enters the battlefield, it deals 2 damage to every opponent. Because it's just dealing infinite damage. You do the magic number we call enough. These 6 cards straight win the game. Prossh goes infinite with damage. Deathbringer Thogatar goes infinite with creature deaths, because you'll summon enough creatures, you'll sack enough creatures, put enough +1/+1 counters on this, deal enough damage. Again, the magic number I call enough. Chancellor of the Forge summons an infinite number of 1/1 red goblin creature tokens with haste for the number of creatures I control. Goblin Sharpshooter actually is the most complicated one. We'll go over that in a minute. Goblin Bombardment super easy. Get enough tokens, sack them all, deal enough damage. And Goblin Bushwhacker is a lot like Chancellor of the Forge, except of making, putting 1/1s on the field. It makes all your kobolds 1/1s with haste. And Goblin Sharpshooter is super weird. So it's a multi-step process where a lot of things have to go on the stack at the same time. You'll tap Sharpshooter, you'll deal 1 damage to a target player. You'll sack a creature to Prossh, right? It'll untap, you rinse and repeat until they're dead. You can speed up this combo, however, with another card, with 2 other cards actually. Squee the Immortal, Dark Ritual. You play Squee and Food Chain. You sack Squee to Food Chain, gaining 4 mana. You can cast Squee from anywhere, graveyard or exile. You play him again, you float 1 mana. So another infinite in the deck is Tooth and Claw and Primal Vigor. I fucking Red Elemental Blast, or I fucking Pyroblast your shit.
That is the correct.
Or if you want to counter it, I'll Guttural Response to you.
Yeah.
Or Autumn's Veil. Those are all answers for blue. I'm gonna go over Red Elemental Blast, Pyroblast at the same time. They do the same thing, just different names. Same mana cost 2, 1 red. You can either counter a target blue spell, or destroy a target blue permanent for 1 red. Or I'll play Autumn's Veil, and spells I control can't be countered by blue or black spells. And this turn, and creatures I control can't be the target of blue or black spells this turn. We all know what tutors do, they allow you to search your library. Or I'll play a card called Jar of Eyeballs. Jar of Eyeballs is a very fun artifact. Whenever a creature dies, you put 2 eyeball counters on it, right? And a creature you control dies. Then you can pay 3 mana and tap it, remove all eyeball counters. Look at the top X cards of your library, where X is the number of eyeball counters on it. I can pull a card out of that. I can put it on the bottom of my library in any order. So if I have, I don't know, 90 counters, I can pull my entire deck and reshuffle it. Then if I need control, so if I need to go, hey, y'all going a little too big here, right? We're gonna shut this shit down. I can play Dictate of Erebos. And if I play Prossh, I can sack a creature to Prossh at instant speed, making everyone else sack a creature. Guys, Girl is a $200 card that states that whenever you tap it, you can tap for green for every creature you control. But if you control no creatures, you tap for 0. Growth Rites of Ethelmach is an enchantment that if you control 4 creatures, it flips into a cradle. I pair that with a card called Temple of Vengeance. Temple of Vengeance is a tempting offer card. It's red X. I put X 1/1 red elementals on the battlefield. I then ask every other player, do you want X red 1/1 red elementals? If they take it, I gain another set of X. I prefer to use Tooth and Claw, Primal Vigor, and Pitiless Plunder because 2 creatures died. Pitiless Plunder will kick in, and you gain 4 treasure tokens. You then sack the 2 beast tokens, play another 2 beast tokens, gain another 4 treasure tokens. Rinse and repeat till you have enough. Tap for any color mana. I can spend that mana on anything I want. Things that aren't necessary, they're just fun. So like Curse of Disturbance. So this Curse of Disturbance gets or Curse put on someone, gain tokens. Anger, when it's in your graveyard and you control a mountain, all your shit is haste. I can run Coat of Arms, pair that with Anger, play Prossh. I can then swing out with 6/5/6 kobolds.
Probably die.
Yeah, someone's probably gonna die. Create an infinite number of 3/1 red beast tokens that are now not 3/1 red beast tokens and are now enough red beast tokens. The Cripple's Right, tap for mana, creatures can tap for mana. Black Bladed Forge, equip creature has +++ for each land to control. Restore, I can steal a land out of a graveyard and just take it. It's like, oh cool, you have that cool Myriad landscape in your graveyard, cool, it's mine now.
Disrespectful.
And I'll search my own graveyard with your Myriad landscape. Spine of a Shah, which is just straight destroy target permanent. There's some group hug cards, so I have Fecundity, which is whenever a creature dies, its controller can draw a card. I also have Primal Vigor, which is like a doubling season, but affects everyone, and not $30. And that is Prossh. It does things. It makes babies. It eats the babies. It does damage with the babies.